Ready when you are.
Ready when I am?
Yes.
Hello. You know, in a day and age where the milk market is flooded like it is, I mean, was in talking to one of our associates in New York, and they said, look, if you were to come build a dairy in New York today, there would be nowhere for your milk, and and so in a day and age when that is that case, but we're seeing components, being paid for. People are wanting components, butter shortage in France, and I mean, just we components are what's keeping the farm going right now. And I know that as many nutritionists I talk to, they're looking at, okay, what do we need to do to get more components, and farmers need to be thinking about that. And effective fiber is one of the ways that we can really think about doing that, and good digestible fiber and effective fiber that's not just going to blow through the room and hang in there. And so guys need to be looking at these kinds of things and building for those components to keep things going on the farm the way that they are.
Another thing that's going to kind of help components, in my opinion,
yeah,
is that we do not, you are not going to recommend to your farmers to harvest that corn silage as wet as a lot of companies are recommending. They don't have the starch digestibility in their grain. Their texture of their grain is not as soft as yours would be.
Yeah.
And so they've got to harvest wetter to try to achieve more of the energy out of that grain.
Yeah.
That if they let it go longer, it gets more impossible to get the energy out of that grain.
Right.
So you would like to see your guys go let that corn mature a little longer. Therefore, you develop a little more starch in that ton of silage, more energy in that ton of silage, and you're not as concerned about it being degradable as other companies would be. So you've allowed that to happen. By doing so, you cut back on the soluble protein that's in that ton of feed, and by doing that, we can begin to build on that protein value that's in that we're reaping from our components as well. So it's not just an effective fiber thing, building our butter fat, but it's also something that's helping to contribute to staying in the rumen longer, breaking down more efficiently per hour, your KD, your KP rates increasing, and therefore helping with the milk protein.
With the milk proteins, for sure. And being able, I mean, those are, like I say, milk protein, milk fat are the things that are allowing the dairies to stay to stay profitable at the moment. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good deal. All right, Lyn, hey, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. Guys, thanks for listening in. And as always, you can find us at YouTube, on Facebook, and seedcorn.com. Thanks, guys, for listening.